Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Kriti Industries India Limited Q3 and 9 months FY26 earnings conference call hosted by Arihant Capital Markets Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then zero on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Ms. Ronak Oswal. Thank you and over to you, ma'am.
And welcome everyone. On behalf of Arihant Capital, we invite you to Kriti Industries India Limited Quarter 3 and 9 months FY26 earnings conference call. From the management side, we have Mr. Shiv Singh Mehta, sir, Chairman and Managing Director of the company, and Mr. Rajesh Sisodia, sir, CFO of the company. So without any further delay, I will hand over the call to the management for their opening remarks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon and welcome to the earnings call for Quarter 3 and 9 months ended on 31st December 25 of Kriti Industries India Limited. During the month of November 2025 earning calls, we had informed you that impact of heavy and extended rains has impacted overall sales of the company during this period. Certainly, it had also impacted Q2 and Q3, and it has resulted in overall performance during this period. Agri sales are down by 30% in Q3 and 17% in preceding 9 months on year-on-year basis, respectively. Now sales are recovering and we hope to better in Q4 of the financial year 2025-26. I'll now hand over the call to our CFO, Mr. Rajesh Sisodia, to take you through the financial highlights.
Thank you very much, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me take you through the company's financial performance on a consolidated basis for the period under review. The revenue for the quarter is INR 135.79 crores, reflecting a 35% decrease on year-on-year basis. At the EBITDA level, the company reported a profit of 6 crores compared to a loss of 1.4 crores in the corresponding period last year. The net loss for the quarter is INR 2.51 crores, including exceptional item of rupees 77 lakhs on account of new labor code. For 9 months of this financial year, revenue is at INR 445.58 crores, a decline of 24% on year-on-year basis, while EBITDA is INR 17.82 crores, translating into an EBITDA margin of 3.73%. At the PBT level, the company reported a loss of 5.98 crores. With that, I open the floor for a question and answer session.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. We take the first question from the line of Praneeth, an individual investor. Please proceed.
Hi, thank you for the opportunity, management. So first, I'd like to ask about the overall manufacturing plant strategy. I understand that we have one plant with multiple depots. So exactly how are we planning on expanding our presence, especially pipes is an industry where you cannot transport plays a huge factor in terms of our presence and our access to multiple geographies. How does the management see expanding or transitioning? Could you just explain the strategy behind it?
As we have been maintaining that till the time critical volumes develop in any region, we will not go multi-locational. And as this year was a year of setback because of rains, we would like to watch another couple of quarters, how our markets in new territories grow, and accordingly we will take a call thereafter.
But so in terms of depots, are we planning on expanding our depots? And with the depot, from the depot, what is the geography we can service? Because let's say if we have it somewhere close to one geography, till what location can we service?
We can to it. Yes. In building material, it's easier because the transportation cost is affordable, while in agriculture, large transportation costs are little difficult to absorb. So still, we are working on both CNF as well as depot model, and which are operative, and we will continue to do that. We are already seeding certain markets. As and when the quantitatively these markets evolve to a level where we see a potential of putting up a local plant, it is already on the consideration side based on the realization of those numbers.
So what can be a tentative timeline, and which geography you think will put up this tentative plant?
You see, as I said, this year was a year of setback because of a consistent rains. So we will be looking at it after we are sure things are back on track, which we hope we will be able to see in coming 1 or 2 quarters. So we'll take a call after 1 or 2 quarters based on our own business successes in different areas.
Understood. And I understand that with according to previous commentary that you're slowly reducing the amount of exposure to the industrial business. So in terms of the green shoots for the building products, could you explain what's been the updates and how has the company overall been growing and transitioning? How do you see the response and all of that? Because you still have a small contribution, and especially with the industrial products degrowing, our revenue seems suppressed than it actually is, even despite it being an intentional thing. Could you explain how the building products is going to compensate for that loss and further other factors in that particular business unit?
As I told in the last earning call, that our business shrank because of continuous rains right from May till end October. This time we also saw that those dealers who were engaged in building product were also impacted because they were parallel dealerships. Now we have seen that and we have revised our plan, and we are seeing the green shoots as far as building materials is concerned in last couple of months. With the new strategy, we are doing reasonably okay as per our plans. So we are on track, it looks like to us.
Got it. And the industrial, when do you see it's completely winding down? What is the forecast for the industrial segment?
You see, industrial product business as such, we are not very keen, because you see the issue with most of the EPC contractor is their payment cycle, because they are in turn dependent upon the contracts they get. And our experience shows that when and how payment situation deteriorates is difficult to predict. So we are very careful and conscious not to increase our exposure. We will focus more on our retail markets where we are already strong and have a good brand presence.
But do we expect it to further go down from the existing levels?
No, we will not really look towards industrial products and business and expand beyond a limit. That's what we have been maintaining. 150 crores is the maximum. We are not looking more than that anytime.
Okay, so the existing level will remain continuous. It won't grow and it won't go below that.
We will not do that.
Got it. Understood. And in terms of agri pipes, how has been demand shifted? Because you see your competitor peers' numbers, the numbers have been quite promising if you see Supreme. So I was just wondering, how are we in our market share, or they're taking market share from us, and how are we growing? Because there's been a positive momentum with the end of December and starting of Jan. So I was wondering, how has the company experienced this positive momentum?
You see, our major presence is in the central India, where MP, Rajasthan, Maharashtra. So these areas have degrown because of consistent rains. And we are not present in other parts of country where the impact was not that much. For us, these areas constituted majority of our business, and this area was impacted usually because of the rains for all the companies, as I understand. So we were impacted more in terms of overall sales. But if you look at the market share, we have a belief that we have been able to maintain or maybe slightly improve our market share when there was no shortage of pipe from our side in the market.
So, but is there a positive momentum in our existing markets, or the momentum didn't start yet? I'm more curious about that because
we are seeing that there is an improvement already, but we are very hopeful going forward because the raw material prices as they stand today, it's a much more affordable level of pipe than what it used to be earlier. Number two, with the adequate water, the water bodies have adequate water for the coming, crop seasons. So there should be a positive feeling in the customers, that is farmers, to buy more pipes this time.
understood. And regarding one more thing is regarding the cancellation of few warrants. What was the reason? Like, why did the investor or us cancel the warrants? Did they give any guidance, or do you have any particular reason? So,
I presume the share prices were down and they must have impacted the decision of the subscribers of the warrant.
but have they given you any insight or the prior notification? Like, why is there a reason, or you're just assuming at this point of time?
They are assuming because we don't, give any guidance or any kind of information to a prospective investor. We only communicate through such earning calls.
Understood. And regarding the CFO changes, I understand that now it's been the same, but like over the past 4 or 5 years, there's been transition from 2018. There's been transition of 2-3 people. I was just wondering what was the reason behind it.
You see, I don't see any reason but for the sake that they must have found better opportunities for themselves, or we might not have been able to give them that kind of opportunity. But as you would know, Rajesh is here with us for some time. He was here before and he is again here with us.
Okay, so understood. So what are they were not got it. So do you expect to any change because CFO is changing in a short duration that repeatedly is not really appreciated by usually investors? I'm just curious.
Well, he's here for now 3-4 years without any break in between.
Understood. Thank you so much for your patient answer. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we proceed with the next question, a reminder to the participants. In order to ask a question, you may press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. We take the next question from the line of Haley Shah, an individual investor. Please proceed.
Good afternoon, sir. I would ask few questions. The first is the company has forfeited shares due to non-repayment. Could you please confirm that is this accounting treatment applied in equity or routed through the statement of profit and loss?
No, I'm not very clear about your question. Rajesh, can you answer this question?
So, madam, in this case, the forfeited amount is in the form of reserve as added to the equity.
Okay, sir. So my next question is volumes in the agriculture segment falls. Can you explain the demand drivers? How was this? Why there was this fall, and how the demand trend for next quarter and FY27 is seem to be?
As we had explained, quarter 2 and quarter 3 were impacted by continuous sustained rainfall much above normal course, both in terms of quantity and period of time. So most of the irrigational requirements were met through rainfall. That's why there was a depletion in demand during this period. Going forward, as I was telling to the earlier call, that yes, we are quite hopeful at the current prices and looking to the availability of water in water bodies, we are quite positive and hopeful for a better season.
Okay, sir. So the next question is, which segment do you expect to recover first?
No, we are expecting both on BP and Agri a recovery.
Okay, sir. Thank you. That's it from my side.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Aman Mehta, an individual investor. Please proceed. I would request Mr. Aman to mute and then speak.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, good afternoon. So just my first question is, is the company does the company have any plans for network going forward?
Your voice was breaking. I couldn't get you clearly.
So my question is, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, but its voice is breaking in between.
Okay. Please tell me if it's breaking or not. So the question would be, does the company have any plans to expand distributor network going forward?
Yes, we are expanding our distribution, and we are continuously at it.
Okay. So is there any state-wise market share that company can share?
You see, there is no formal data of market share, but in our main territories, which is MP, Rajasthan, and Maharashtra, we are quite well placed, and we have a reasonably good market share, and which we are holding on to.
So can you please quantify it?
Exact numbers are difficult to find because there is no official data on exact market shares. But we are the predominant brand in our areas where we enjoy fairly good market share.
Okay, sir. So, and what would be the growth trajectory and the EBITDA margin that we can expect over the medium term?
You see, industry will continue to grow as per anticipated numbers at the rate of 7%, and we hope to better this number as compared to industry average.
Okay, sir. So the growth would be 7 plus X percentage going forward.
Yes, we are very hopeful on that.
Okay, sir. Understood. Thank you.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Harsh Mittal, an individual investor. Please proceed.
Hello, sir. So I have two questions. First question is, so what has been the inventory-related impact or loss, if any, during the period?
See, this quarter there was not much impact of inventory. Prices were more or less within a small range, and it will be marginal impact, which is difficult to calculate, but not major impact.
Okay, sir. One more question. So what is the company's PVC resin sourcing strategy, including domestic versus imported procurement?
You see, domestic, you have regular available quantities as per your contracts. In addition to that, we have to buy almost about 60% from outside.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Before we proceed with the next question, a reminder to the participants. In order to ask a question, you may press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. We take the next question from the line of Praneeth, an individual investor. Please proceed.
Thank you for the follow-up. So a question regarding the inventory losses along with the previous person. So over the last 2-3 years, what kind of inventory loss have we experienced, let's say in the last 3 years? Could management give some light on that?
You see, last 3 years we had very volatile material cycles, and there was a quite heavy losses on account of inventory in few quarters. But current quarter, as I was telling earlier, we don't see much loss in the Q3 2025-26. And exact will be difficult to recall at the moment.
The reason I ask is because since the prices have already corrected so much, it's not likely going to be a future scenario. So for us to estimate or understand the margins going forward, we would like to understand like what has been the case in the past that led to the depressed earnings versus what is going to be a green shoot in the future. That's the reason I ask. If you can give some estimated number at least.
You will see that even during last couple of weeks, prices of raw materials started moving up. There have been a improvement in prices because of those international prices, there were a lot of discomfort for raw material manufacturers who were making the basic raw material, and I think the correction has set in already.
Understood, but could like any possibility of giving a tentative amount of loss at least last year by any chance?
Last year we had fairly exact number will be difficult. I'll ask Rajesh to communicate separately. If you can get in touch with him, he'll be able to give you exact.
Yeah, sure, I'll get in touch with him. And one last question is regarding, I understand the forecast of reaching 1,000 crores by the end of 28-29. Do we still stick to that guidance, or do we expect to grow a little faster than that?
We will try to grow faster than 28-29 is still 2 years away. So we will certainly like to do better than that.
Okay, so the idea is to cross the 1,000 crore mark by 28, right?
Yes.
Got it. Understood. Thank you so much. That's it from my side.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Tanish Zaveri from Boring AMC. Please proceed.
Hi, yeah, I would like to know how's the demand shaping up currently, and are we seeing any uptick in the PVC prices? Because we understand that they had bottomed out recently. If you can just add some color on it, and when we can also see a double-digit kind of operating margin going ahead.
You see, the prices of resin have already started correcting in month of last month and this month. Even our local producers have increased prices 3 times. So prices are looking up. Number 2, as far as demand forecast, with this kind of scenario where prices have already bottomed out, when water bodies are full of water, and we clearly see that going forward there should be a better demand projection.
Okay, so when can we expect like a double-digit operating margin? Like we are now sitting at a low single digit. So when can we see something like 10%, 11% that we did last year in 2021?
See, first let us target closer to 10%, then we can think about getting into double digits. So first, because making any forecast without any substantive base would be not right. Let's prove a quarter or two. Where do we stand? We'll try to inch closer to 10% first, and then we'll go and improve upon that.
Okay, and also I wanted to understand more on the CPVC side. How was that demand now picking up? Because I think we had a degrowth last quarter. Have you seen any kind of an uptick now?
You see, as I had mentioned earlier, building material are showing positive movement, and we hope to see quarter-on-quarter improvement on building material. That will be reflected in our results going forward.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. That's it from my side.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Devansh Jain from Eternal Capital. Please proceed.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much for the opportunity. So I just wanted to understand more on the competition front, and is the company facing any heightened competition from large-scale manufacturers as such?
I couldn't get your later part of the question. First question was about the competition. Can you repeat?
Yeah. So I was just asking, are you facing any specific competition from the large-scale manufacturers?
You see, our product in our areas sells as a branded product which has its own demand. So here we are the leaders in our area where we are normally ahead of anyone else in both pricing as well as demand seen.
Okay, understood. And sir, any plans to increase the capacity in the foreseeable future?
You see, because we had a bad run in last 2-3 quarters, We will first observe for a quarter or two and then decide on further expansion of capacities.
Okay. Got it. Thank you so much, sir. That clears a lot.
Thank you. Participants, in order to ask a question, you may press star and one on your touchtone telephone. We take the next question from the line of Tanish from Boring AMC. Please proceed.
Yeah. Hi. Just to one more question that I had. So we had our warrants cancelled, right? So any like vision from the promoters to infuse equity in another form or any fundraising plan by the company like in works or anything like that?
Immediate need of any funds, and as and when required, promoters will not hesitate to do whatever is required.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Participants, in order to ask a question, you may press star and one on your touchtone telephone. A reminder to the participants, in order to ask a question, you may press star and one. As there are no further questions from the participants, I would now like to hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
Thank you all for participating in this earnings conference call. I hope we have been able to answer your questions to your satisfaction. If you have any other questions, you may contact company or through IR managers at Valorum Advisors. Thank you so much.
Thank you. On behalf of Arihant Capital Markets Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.